Hey there, my name is Chris Acton with Acting Creative, and this is A Handwoven Experience, episode number 74. And in this episode, well, I'm going to share some wisdom. I've got a list of things not to do. See, over 16 years of weaving, I've learned just a few things. So I thought it'd be fun to give you a little rundown of some things I have picked up along the way. So, number one, do not use Repweave for a scarf. This isn't the actual project, but I decided in my sweet innocence a very long time ago that I was going to do some Repweave, but I wanted to make it a scarf. Okay, folks, Repweave is very hard to make pliable and soft and yummy. It's just not meant for that. It is really meant for a placemat or a table runner. This, like I said, this isn't the actual project, but when I got finished, I thought, oop, I need to rebrand this. This is not going to work. So don't use Repweave for a scarf. It's just not, it's not a good fit. Number two, do not forget to use your Shout color catchers when you are washing your hand-woven fabric. So I don't know how well this will show up, but do you see my nice little pink streak right here? Red, that's one of the main players in bleeding all over the other yarns. Now, yarns have come a long way and they're much better these days, but reds, and I find, interestingly enough, blacks can be a problem too. So do not forget to put your Shout color catcher in the wash, especially the first time that you wash your hand-woven fabric. Next up, this is kind of a do and a don't. Play to your strengths. Here is my story. So, once upon a time, when I was a beginning weaver, I decided that I wanted to start making handbags, which led into the handbags I make today. But this is a very early one, and I sewed this. Oh, people, it's just not pretty. It's not done well. I didn't have fun. It was not a good time. So what I learned at that point is that I need to really play to my strengths, and sewing was not it. So I knew that for me to stay a happy weaver, I need to find someone who loved to do that part of the process. So do not bog yourself down with stuff that you absolutely hate to do. Find someone who loves to do it. It'll be worth all your money, time, and energy to support that person as they do that part of the process for you. Trust me on this. Okay, next up, just keep going. Do not give up, even if your project is a colossal flop. Here's my example. So early on, I decided I was going to play with some double weave, which, if you remember, is when you weave two layers at the same time. And I had one layer that was this kind of chocolate and cream, and I had another layer that was, let's see, this way, that was a whole variety of colors. And in my head, I thought, oh, this is going to be vivid and bright, and I did not think it through. And I just didn't have the experience at that point to really understand what was going to happen. But this pastel piece of goodness was not what I had intended. See my little two sides? The double weave effect was great, and I tried to focus on the fact that that part went very well. But the actual colors, miserable flop, at least for what I intended. So do not give up. Learn from your experiences and keep going, because this project helped me visualize better the next time I went to go do some double weave. And lastly, do not presume that because it is not your favorite project, it won't be someone else's favorite project. Here's my story. So I decided I was going to weave this lovely table runner, right? It's only in two colors. It's a real simple, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't hate it, but I had a gentleman come up to me in a booth one time and thought that this was the cat's meow. And he continued to come by, and I think he was a fellow vendor, and he kept stopping by and saying, oh, this is just the best project. It's just gorgeous. Now, you'll notice I still own it, so he never purchased it, but he just thought it was amazing. And I thought, given all the other things that I have done, this was certainly not in my top 10. But he thought it was incredible. So do not presume that just because it is not your favorite, someone else isn't going to think, this is meant for me. Because everyone has a little bit different tastes. Isn't that the truth? So anyway, so that is my list of things not to do. Learn from me, my friends, and don't be afraid to make your own mistakes going forward, because Mistakes are never really a problem. You just learn from them and go on, and makes you a better, wiser weaver in the future. Share yours. Do you have some for me? I would love to hear some of the things that you've learned along the way. So drop them in the comments for me, would you? All right, friends, have a great week and happy weaving.